All right, let's go ahead and get started here. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Michelle Mendez. I am the area sales manager for OrCam for the state of Florida and Puerto Rico. We are very excited to have all of you here, and we're very excited to have so many participants. We appreciate you taking time from your day with all the distractions that is occurring right now with the coronavirus. We hope that all of you are staying healthy and safe. I want to introduce my co-host today. His name is Jose Cintron. He is with Florida Vision Technology, which is a very important partner of ours here in Florida. You may also see on the screen here, Moti Atia. He is the regional sales manager for the United States here. He covers everything east of the Mississippi. So I will go ahead. I'm going to break to Jose. You have the floor. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. I appreciate you guys joining us this morning. So my name's Jose. I'm with Florida Vision Technology. We're an assistive technology company based out of South Florida in the Fort Lauderdale area. I always like to describe us as the Best Buy of the assistive technology world because we represent many different manufacturers, including OrCam. We have all sorts of devices from video magnifiers, braille devices, digital book players, and devices that read to you. Specifically today, we are going to be talking about OrCam Read, which is a new device that was just released, I'm going to say, what was it, back in March?
Correct.
Yeah, back in March. It was just released in March. It's a very, very useful device. It's good for people who are visually impaired. So that goes for people who are low vision, people who are totally blind, and people who have print reading difficulties. So you don't have to be a visually impaired person to use this product. So I have the product in my hand right now, the OrCam. For those of you who might be joining us who are visually impaired and cannot see the screen, it's about the length of a pen and the thickness, I would say, of like a marker, okay? It's portable. It's small enough to fit in your pocket. You can put it in a bag. Now, on one end of the device, we have a camera, and that camera is what we're going to use to utilize the different features that the OrCam has to offer, okay? On the top of the device, we have 4 physical buttons. So we're going to start from your left, okay? Your left, my right on the top of the device. We have our power button, which allows us to turn on and off the device. We have a minus button, which allows us to do things like lower the volume. I'm just going to wake this up real quick. There we go. So we have our minus button that allows us to do things like lower the volume. Volume down. All right. We have a plus button that allows us to do things like raise the volume. Volume up. And then we have a circle button that we like to call the trigger button that allows us to take pictures of whatever it is that we want to read. And I'll show you that in a little bit. So I have 3 different products or 3 different ways we're going to use the OrCam today to replicate different scenarios that you might do throughout your day, okay? So the first thing I like to use the OrCam for myself is when I'm shopping, right? I can't see, I'm totally blind, and due to that, I cannot see print, but I still need to know what's on products. So here I have with me a box. You see this box, right? And maybe I want to know what's on the box, okay? So I'm going to hold my OrCam about 8 to 12 inches away from the box. I'm going to press that trigger button real quick. Quaker, ESTP 1877. Put it down. Instant oatmeal, cinnamon, and spice. Right, so now I know this is instant Quaker oatmeal, cinnamon, spice flavor, right? So I'll make sure I get the right product, right? But what if you're somebody and you just like to read? I recently just came back from Europe in January, and I had the privilege of visiting the Anne Frank house, and I got the Anne Frank diary, right? This book is not in Braille. So for someone like me, I can't see it, I can't read it, but with the OrCam Read, I'm not able to do so. Let me just find where my bookmark is, open my book, okay? And I am going to read a page out of the book. Now, guys, I'm blind and I'm doing this, right? Imagine if you're sighted and you just have difficulties reading, how easy it would be for you. Or if you're low vision and you could just point the device at something, how easy it is for you, right? So I'm going to, again, hold the OrCam about, 8 inches to 12 inches away from the page, take a picture. Anne's father,
Otto Frank is not at
And it just
home
reads to
when the
me,
call-up notice is delivered, so Edith Frank goes to get Herman
right?
Van Bells.
Super
He is a
easy.
friend of the
Now I
family
could
who
pause
works
this.
at Otto
Maybe someone knocks
Frank's
on my
company,
door while I'm
and he
reading, or I get a
lives
phone call.
nearby.
Double press that trigger button twice. Now it's paused. I have between 30 seconds and 5 minutes to pause this, right? So let's say I go answer the phone and I want to come back to what I'm reading. Press that trigger button twice again.
She tells Anne and Margot not
And it continues to read, right? So I'm just going to pause this real quick. Now, one thing that I really like about the OrCam Read is that, you know, with those plus and minus buttons, I'm able to go forward and backwards in whatever it is I'm reading. So if I press the minus button, it's going to take me back a sentence. If I press that plus button, it's going to take me forward a sentence. So let's check that out real quick. So let's continue reading.
Call-up notice has
Let's
come
hit
for
that
their
minus
comment,
button.
and Margot tells her sister that a
Keep going
call-up.
backwards.
She tells Anne and
Keep going.
Mark, and he lives nearby.
Keep going.
He is a friend of the, so Edith Frank goes to get Herman
Right?
Van Bells,
Plus button.
and he lives near. She tells Anne and Margot not to.
And then I can press that trigger button to stop
anyone.
reading.
Margot.
It's that simple, right? Then we also have people who like to bake, maybe cook, follow a recipe, right? So here I have a recipe book. And again, I cannot see. So I'm gonna take my OrCam, hold it up from the recipe, again, about a foot away, press that trigger button.
2 cups all-purpose
Right?
flour, 2
So now
cups
it's
sugar,
telling
1
me the ingredients that I
teaspoon
need in order to bake a
soda,
chocolate
1
cake.
teaspoon salt, 1
Again, I
cup
can press
butter,
minus
1/3
key
2 cups, 2 cups,
to
2
go back.
cups
I can
all-purpose
press
flour,
plus
2
key
chocolate, frost,
to
1/4
go forward.
cup butter,
I can
3
pause by double pressing that trigger button.
unsweetened cocoa, 3
Right? I can continue by double pressing that trigger button again.
tablespoons butter,
And I can stop
milk,
reading by
2
pressing that trigger button with one
114
single
cups,
tap.
confection.
Right? Now, when I do this as a blind person, the reason why I just hold it up about a foot away and press that button is because it takes a picture of whatever's in front of that camera. It takes a picture of the whole page. But let's say you're sighted and you're able to see what's on the page and you just want to read from a specific line. With the OrCam Read, we now have a laser pointer that allows us to choose where we want to read from. You know, it's using a Class A laser. So for those of you who are wondering, you know, laser pointers, is it bad for the retina? Is it going to damage my eyes? You have nothing to worry about. It's a Class A laser. It's not going to affect your eyes in any way, shape, or form. So I'm just going to put the laser on the screen real quick. Michelle, you can see the recipe?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to hold up the OrCam, and this time, instead of just single pressing that trigger button to take a picture, I'm going to press and hold the trigger button to put the laser on the screen or onto my document, and you should be able to see it. Let's see, I'm going to put it right there, release it.
Inverted exclamation mark, saucepan, combine 1 cup butter, 1/13
Right? So it's not reading from the top of the list or the top of the page. It's reading from down in this area, right? Again, I can press that minus key to go backwards. I can press that plus key to go forward. Double press to pause. You know, maybe I want to do whatever the instructions say and come back to it. Double press to unpause.
Mixture thoroughly blended.
And then I could just a single press to stop. It's that easy. OrCam Read has 4 hours of battery. If you're using it out in public and you don't want people to hear anything around you, you can go ahead and connect with a physical earbud, or you can connect to a device via Bluetooth. You're able to adjust the speed. So right now my device is set to 160 words per minute. You could go up to 300 words per minute, and you can go really slow if you need to. It's a great device. I love it. I'm a personal user. You know, I'm not just somebody telling you, hey, get an OrCam because it's going to help you read. I use the device in my private life, so I'm talking from experience. Michelle?
Thank you, Jose. I really appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. I want to give you a little bit of information on OrCam. And then at the end of the presentation, we'll definitely open up for questions and answers. And if you need Jose to demonstrate anything again, we can do that as well. So just give me one moment here. I'm going to go ahead and share. So I want to let you know a little bit about OrCam and who we are as a company. Just a second here. So OrCam was founded in 2010. We were founded by the co-founders of a company called MobileEye. MobileEye was a company that brought the anti-collision technology that we use in our cars today to the forefront. So in 2010, OrCam became formed as a company. By 2015, we launched our first device, the first version of the device, which was called the MyEye 1. Now, the MyEye 1 was a corded device. It connected from the glasses to a power pack that you wore on your belt, and that's what controlled the device. So by 2018, we came and we launched the MyEye, which is probably the device that, if you all are familiar with OrCam, you're probably most familiar with, the MyEye 2.0. And then in 2020, we're really excited that we've been able to launch 2 new devices, the OrCam MyEye Pro, and then the focus of our presentation today, our Read device. Currently, OrCam is available in over 48 countries and over 25 languages. And some people may ask, or you may ask yourself, how is this possible that in such a short time, OrCam has been able to produce so much technology? Well, we're headquartered in Jerusalem, Israel. And we're a company that's very rich in research and development. We currently have an R&D team of over 200 individuals that are constantly working to provide new features, new devices, and really improve the customer experience. So this is the MyEye. I'm holding up the MyEye device here for you. It is about the size of a finger. Like I mentioned, many of you may be familiar with this device. It has the ability to read text off any surface. It can recognize faces. It can tell time and date. It can do barcode recognition, color recognition. And recently, as I mentioned, we just introduced the MyEye Pro, which has some really excited interactive features. And if you'd like more information about this, feel free to contact Jose or myself later. So Jose did a great job. He introduced the Read for us. Just want to do a little bit of a recap here. So what is the Read? It is a handheld device, and I'll hold it back up here as well so you all can see, a handheld smart camera that can read off any surface, whether it be a book you want to read, your cell phone, a plaque on the wall, a computer. It can read any surface with just the touch of a finger. It's very easy. There is a mini speaker on the device that conveys the information. You have the option to use wired earbuds, which we do provide, or have Bluetooth connectivity. And something that's very unique to the Read that you don't see much in the marketplace is the ability to capture whole text, a whole page of text, which enables you to really concentrate on your reading comprehension and capture the information that is really important to you. So who's the OrCam Read for? Well, OrCam as a company has been focused on people who are blind and visually impaired. But we realize that there's an even larger market out there, a market there for people who have print disabilities or reading fatigue. So that's really what the Read was designed for people who have these challenges. But we realized when we presented this device that people who also had low to mild visual impairments could benefit from this device. Now, as you can see here, people who are totally blind, as Jose, have really been able to use the device as well. So Jose went ahead and did our demo there for us, but I want to recap and bring up some really highlight some features. The device reads instantly, like I mentioned, it's just the press of a button, it reads anywhere. The device is battery operated. You don't need Wi-Fi. You don't need any type of Wi-Fi connectivity to use this device. It is easy to use. So you basically need no training or very little training to operate the device. Its only function is reading, very easy to use. As I mentioned, we have Bluetooth connectivity. If you're a student in the classroom, the information can be kept private. If you are working, if you are traveling on a plane and you want the information to go right in your ear, Bluetooth connectivity is available. Speed read, you can personalize how fast or how slow you want the device to read. We offer 2 laser options, whether you want to point to a specific area where you want to read, or if you want to encompass the whole page, it provides a laser frame so you can capture all the information. So once again, full page capture is very important and very unique to the Read. As I mentioned, it allows you to capture the whole page. It allows you to focus on the content of what you want to read. And it is small, portable, lightweight. The device weighs just a little bit over an ounce, very, very lightweight to use. privacy. Privacy is very important. So OrCam as a company, your privacy is very important to us. Nothing is sent to the cloud. All the computation is processed right on this device. It does not store images. It doesn't store videos. So if you are a student and you need to use this in the classroom, all your information will be kept private. You can't save a test and share it with anybody. If you're an individual who works at a financial institution or a HIPAA compliant environment, please know that this is a completely safe device. So once again, no information is shared on the cloud. OrCam does not have privilege to any of your information. Everything is maintained right here on the device. Now I have our contact information here. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and I would like to open up for anybody who may have some questions.
I'm sure a lot of people are probably wondering, what's the price on this device, right? The device sells
That's
for
one of the questions. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so the device sells for $19.95. That's not $19.95, that's $1,995. But for those of you who are with us today on this webinar, Florida Vision Technology is offering a $200 discount towards the device. All you have to do is either call us on our toll-free number, 800-981-5119, and provide the code F as in Foxtrot, V as in Victor, T as in Tango, 2020, and you will get $200 off your OrCam Read. And that's good until the end of May. So again, you can email us. My email address is jose@floridareading.com. That's JOSE@floridareading.com. If you email me that you're interested in buying the product, you send me FVT 2020, you will save $200 towards the device. Or again, give us a call at 1-800-981-5119.
Jose, I have a question here. Someone was unable to see you use the laser. Would you be able to demo that for them again?
Yeah, so let me try to do a little closer to the camera. Okay, so right now you see the recipe, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm just gonna take a regular picture, right? Single tap that trigger button real quick. Pick it up. Okay, let's press it.
In a medium saucepan,
Right? So it's reading the text that it sees. Now, keep in mind, I'm blind, so I can't see the text. But I'm also, even if I wasn't blind, I'm in a position where I don't know where the OrCam is pointing at the moment, right? So I'm just gonna put it close. I'm gonna press and hold that trigger button. You tell me if you can see that laser on the screen or on the page. Ready? Holding, farther, farther, farther. Were you able to see that?
No.
Yeah, we're not able to see it from our end.
Okay.
You have your device with you?
Yep, my device is right here in my hand. Press and hold.
No, I'm asking.
Can you see it on the paper? So pretty much you press and hold the trigger button and it puts a laser on wherever you're pointing on the screen. And if you want to start reading from the top, you just make sure that laser is towards the top, let go of the trigger button, it's going to start reading from there. The farther you get from that paper, the bigger as Michelle said earlier, the bigger the square is going to be around the text.
Jose, I'm going to try and share here.
Okay.
So people, hopefully they're able to see. Excuse me, sorry. How that's the laser frame. The farther out I go, which Jose was showing, actually would be able to capture the whole page. That's the laser frame. Or we can use a laser cursor, which is an arrow that comes out. And we would be able to dedicate just a specific page. Oops, sorry.
We do not see that, so.
There, sorry.
No, that's still.
My apologies. There we go. Still doing it there.
Definitely there.
Yeah, it's definitely there. But just, you can see there how it's a laser frame. And when I extend farther out, it captures the whole entire page.
So just to help you, Michelle, I'm going to use my cell phone a little bit.
Thank you, Moti.
This is the cursor. It tells you how, if you see the cursor, I'll take a page here. This is the bounding box, okay?
Correct.
Double click, I move to the cursor. Okay, again. Double click, bounding box, double click, cursor.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So Jose, this is a good question
No,
for you.
You want to read a question? Go ahead. Sorry.
Sure. How do you know if it takes a picture of the whole page?
So as someone who's visually impaired, you know, wherever that camera is pointing, whatever text is in front of that camera, it's going to capture it and it's going to read it. Now with saying that, you know, the closer you are towards something, for example, a page of a book or a recipe, the closer you hold the camera to the page, it's going to pick up less text on that page because it doesn't have a wide view of the paper. The farther you hold it, so I personally hold the things about a foot away. So that's 12 inches. I hold it about a foot away, take a picture, and I'm pretty confident that it's going to capture that whole page.
All right, so is the readout volume louder on the pen than on my OrCam Eye? As you can see, you've been able to hear the volume is very good. You've been able to hear it on Jose's device. So yes, it does provide very good volume.
Yeah, it's pretty nice, guys. I mean, and the device, again, it's $1,995. And when you hold it in your hand, I mean, it feels solid, right? It feels like you're getting your money's worth. It's a very good feel. It's very lightweight. Again, I personally, I wear it with a lanyard. So you're able to connect a lanyard to it so you can wear it around your neck. That way, if you're out and about, you don't have to worry about dropping it when using it. Or, you know, it's small enough to fit in your purse or maybe your pocket. You know, it's very lightweight. 4 hours of battery. It takes about an hour to fully charge. I mean, it's an awesome device.
So we have a question here. Will it read columns? Absolutely. The device does read in column modes. Another question here about does this device work on paper money? This device sole function is reading, so it's not a money identifier. Let's see here. What other questions do we have? Some other questions I've been asked previously prior to this, questions that were submitted to me. Does this device read in other voices? Yes, you have the option of a female voice. You also have the option of a male voice. Let's see some more questions here.
Does it read that this work on paper money?
It does not read money. So
if you're looking for something,
the read does not read money.
If you're looking for something for currency, I wouldn't recommend the read. If you're looking for something to help you be literate, it's definitely worth it.
The OrCam Eye, MyEye 2.0 reads money. It reads money. I've also been asked. Go ahead, Moti.
There are a few other questions. I wanted to start with this question that I see here. Does this device work with hearing aids?
That's a great question.
That's a very good question, Moti, and I feel you always respond to that one the best. You're very well versed in the hearing aids. So
you know, the device has a Bluetooth interface and it can connect to audio devices. However, and if you know, hearing aids, their Bluetooth is a little bit different. It's a different protocol. So even when they want to connect hearing aids to TV, they have to use what they call a streamer. That's a device that converts the regular Bluetooth protocol to the Bluetooth of hearing aids. So that's the answer for that. The question here about a person we know well, and I'll read that, Michelle, and if you please, if you want me to answer. I am filling out a form on a computer screen. Can you tell me where my cursor is? And the answer here is no, this is not a screen reader. This is not a replacement for a screen reader. Can it read on color, print on color paper? It's, of course, it's a function of contrast. And if there is contrast, the device would read print on colored paper.
Also, I see here a
Can it
question,
read?
can it read a can? And yes, it can read on objects that are circular. It just depends on the curvature of the object, how well it will read.
Yeah, guys. So like when I use this at home, like Michelle said, I mean, on a can, printed text wraps around the can. So as long as that text is in front of the camera, it will read it. If it starts wrapping around the side of the can, I mean, your eyes naturally wouldn't be able to see that text that wraps around the can. So neither would the OrCam Read.
So another question I've been asked for individuals with print disabilities, how does this differ from other technology that's out there for individuals that use print disabilities? The fact that you don't have to hold a device and go line by line. This enables you to capture all the context. You don't have to worry about going by line, skipping a line, which causes eye fatigue, eye strain. You're able to capture the whole entire page, or if you want to just capture one paragraph and concentrate on your reading comprehension. It's very important for students. It's very important for people in the workforce. It's a really nice feature and a unique feature.
There is Indeed. There is a question reminding me lunchtime. Will it read restaurant menu?
It will. It will. As a matter of fact, I did a demonstration a few weeks ago of me reading a menu from a local Asian cuisine place. It reads very well, actually. And it's one of the things I use, in my personal life, being that I'm blind. Most restaurants do not have Braille menus. So with the OrCam Read, I'm confident that I could go into a restaurant. If they don't have a Braille menu, I could just pull out my OrCam Read, again, point, press that button, and get that feedback.
And it's very fast and very accurate.
Very fast. It's about, from the time you take a picture to the time it reads, it's about 1.5 seconds. It's the fastest OCR device on the market. It's a really great device.
There is one question that is persistent. It's about payment plans. So this is something there are payment plans available, not through OrCam directly. Sorry, even that's not correct. So, but I suggest to take it offline. It's a matter of credit score and all that. So if you're interested, talk to us and we would help you with that.
And again, guys, Florida Vision Technology is offering everybody who's on this webinar until the end of May, $200 discount towards the device. So all you have to do is either email me at jose@floridareading.com with the coupon code FVT2020 or call us at 1-800-981-5119.
So here we have a question, I don't understand it, trying to enable Juan Gil to speak, and I don't know how to enable participants to speak.
Question. People raise their hands, I think they're trying to refer to.
Okay. I have to see how to do that. Yeah.
Another point or another question here is about battery life. So just to reiterate what Jose had said before, the device has a 4-hour continuous use of battery. Now, when the device is not in use, it goes into suspend mode to preserve the battery. You're able to use the device as it's actually plugged in and charging. You can use the device. And it's a very quick recharge. It's about 40 minutes to recharge the device.
Yeah, I use the device here in my office. And I mean, like I could go like the whole day because, when I'm in the office, I'm not constantly reading. But I mean, I could go throughout the whole day of, okay, I got to read this. Let me read it. Okay, put my device on suspension. Maybe an hour later, let me read that, suspend, whatever throughout the day. And I could go the whole day. I could use that 4 hours throughout the whole day. And I know like there's other devices out there where they say, okay, it has this much charge. And then when you do it, it eats up the battery really quick, right? With this device, I mean, when they say 4 hours worth of charge, you really get 4 hours worth of charge for continuous use. It's a solid device. It's really solid. The battery on here is amazing. Again, it's an hour for a full charge. You just plug it in. It uses USB-C, so you can connect it to your computer. You can connect it to an outlet in the wall, and then you're also able to use external batteries if you are going to be a power user of the device.
Let's see here.
There is one more question. I don't understand it. It's about the differences between the MyEye and the OrCam reader.
So the OrCam Read is the device that's strictly made for reading, right? You're going to use this device to read books, read menus, read anything that has printed text on it. The OrCam MyEye is a device that mounts to a pair of glasses magnetically. All right, so with the OrCam Read, I'm holding it in my hands, right? I don't have to have a pair of glasses to mount it on. So with this device, you hold it in your hand, you point at what you want to read, you press the button, and it reads back to you. The OrCam MyEye, you mount it to a pair of glasses. Michelle, do you have a MyEye in front of you?
I sure do.
So with the OrCam MyEye, if you can hold that up for me, you mount that to a pair of glasses, and that will read to you, but it also does facial recognition, barcode scanning, product identifying, currency identifying, color identifying, a lot of things. So that's the difference. One is specifically for reading, the other one does reading plus more.
Well, another question, I think it would be our final question, and that's for Michelle. How far can the OrCam read? For example, Panera Bread, it has a menu on the wall. Can OrCam read that far, or is it only for close-up reading?
No, it can definitely read at a distance. It can read plaques. It could read a PowerPoint presentation. So reading font it depends on the size of font. It's a result of the size of the font. The larger the font, the farther away the device will read. But yes, it can read at a distance.
Yeah, so if you have Panera Bread, as long as you go pointed towards that sign in the back that they have usually behind them, like at the menu, if the font's big enough, it will read that.
It will read it.
And we actually tested this a few weeks ago, because, we work with people who are going to school, people who are professions. I mean, me and Michelle, we were reading what was across the kitchen. We were reading product boxes in her pantry. So, I mean, it's a pretty good camera on this device.
I'm going to share my screen here real quickly. I've been asked to share the contact information. So, 1 second. So up here, I have the contact information for Florida Vision Technology. So you all are able to reach out. Are there any more questions here in wrapping up? You see any more questions, Moti?
I don't see any more questions. I'm also typing the phone numbers of Florida Vision and OrCam, so people can reach out to you if they cannot copy it from the screen. Okay. So I'm sending that. Hopefully you see that.
And again, guys, if you're interested in the product and you want to buy it before the end of May, we are offering a $200 discount. FVT 2020 is the coupon code. Just give us a call at 800-981-5119 or send me an email at Jose, Jose @Florida, and that's spelled out, reading.com.
So on behalf of OrCam, I want to thank everybody for joining us today and participating with us. I want to thank Jose and Florida Vision Technology for being my co-host. We really appreciate it. And we wish everybody health and safety in this challenging time. Thank you very much.